guys, welcome to linguamarina. Today we're gonna learn more idioms that native speakers use very often when they speak. The problem is non-native speakers normally don't learn those idioms, and it's really important to know them because an idiom is a phrase or a word that cannot be translated word by word. It wouldn't make any sense if you try to translate them. So the only way to know what they mean is to learn what they mean. Today we're gonna go through some expressions and words. Most of them are idioms. Please try and learn them or write them down. And by the end of this video, expect your English language vocabulary to be bigger and cooler, because idioms are cool. At least this is what I think. Okay, let's do it. Idiom number one. Oh, by the way, guys, if you wonder how I learned those idioms, I learn them every day during real life. The more native speakers I meet, the more idioms I learn. So we were on this Zoom call with YouTube's team, by the way, and there were many creators. And the way the Zoom call worked is that a YouTube person asked us a question like, what's your experience with YouTube Shorts? Or what does your routine look like? And we were supposed to answer one by one. So instead of asking us to answer, they said, answer first and then popcorn to the next person. So this is called popcorn activity on Zoom, and this is a way to get everyone to talk. And instead of someone who's leading the Zoom call, like a YouTube team or maybe a professor, you ask students to select the next person to talk. This is basically this popcorn activity. So for example, the YouTube team asks, how long have you been on YouTube? And I answer, I've been on YouTube for 6 years, and I popcorn to the next creator, Lucy. Lucy, please answer, how long have you been on YouTube? So when you popcorn to the next person, you pass to the next person. Cool, isn't it? The next expression, oh my God. I also learned in the past few weeks, I was at a conference and I was chatting to a guy. By the way, some Americans are so good at making connections. It seemed like he knew everyone at the conference. And what I noticed also is he tried to be very nice to everyone. He sees this person that he hasn't seen for a couple of years and he wants to catch up with them. And he says, are you coffeeable on Friday? This is the first time I heard this expression. And by the way, guys, the phrases that we learn in this video, they're not for you to use on your IELTS or TOEFL exam or in your academic essay. This is spoken English. So he asks, are you coffeeable on Friday? And I'm like, oh my God, guys, I need to write this down because I need to tell my students about this expression. So basically, are you coffeeable means are you available for a coffee on Friday? Isn't that amazing? I don't know if he made up this word, but everybody understood what he meant. I asked a couple more native speakers. I was like, guys, have you heard this expression? They're like, no, but it totally makes sense. So the thing is, what you will encounter in the English language is that new words appear maybe every single day. Some of them are used by smaller groups. Some of them are used by a larger group, like selfie. It was a completely new word. Now the whole world understands it. It just shows us the way English language evolves and becomes easier to use and to understand. Now the next one, to be a sucker for something. Remember the song, I'm a sucker for you. I'm a sucker for you. I was like, what does it mean? I'm a sucker for... if I try to translate it, I would be like, what does this mean? So basically, to be a sucker for something means to like something or someone so much that you can't refuse it. An example that you can use this summer, I'm a sucker for everything iced, which means I like iced coffee, iced matcha, iced water, everything with ice. I'm a sucker for everything iced. I'm a sucker for you means I like you. If you're a sucker for someone means you're attracted to someone.
I'm such a sucker for the classic American novel.
How cool are these? Let's move on to the next one. The next idiom is a hill to die on. Ooh, it actually means an idea or belief that you're willing to fight for. And it's usually used in the negative. For example, I strongly disagree with this decision, but it's not a hill I'm willing to die on. So in this case, you basically mean that this decision is not something you strongly believe in and are willing to fight no matter what. You're like, okay, I strongly disagree, but I'm not gonna fight it because it's not worth my time. A hill to die on, a belief or idea that you strongly agree with. Let's look at another example. I found this tweet, easier Twitter challenge. Name the most trivial hill on which you're willing to die. Basically, name a belief or an idea that you stand for, that you're willing to fight for. In my case, a hill that I'm willing to die on is an idea that everyone should learn English because it helps you reach your goals and improve the quality of life overall.
If this fake socialite is the hill you want to die on, so be it.
Guys, if you're looking for one resource to learn English that will be both educational and motivational, I'm happy to recommend a workbook that I created together with LinguaTrip team. And at LinguaTrip, we have a team of accredited teachers who help me create language learning products. So this workbook has everything to motivate you to study English, but also to guide you through your daily process. Like, what do you do on Monday? What do you do on Tuesday? So these are all the sections that we have in it. It starts with habit trackers that you can use to develop a habit of learning something every day. Then I try to make it as exciting as possible, so I listed all the TV shows and movies that I really like that help me improve English. This is one of my favorite. I think I mentioned it several times in the video. We also made sure we included all the phrases from different shows and movies so you could learn from them. And you also have a section to write down words that you've learned while watching videos and movies in English. Now, I also made sure to include one of my favorite tasks in English, and that is listening to a song. So basically you would need to go to YouTube, switch on The Weeknd Blinding Lights, and start filling in the gaps. This is the best listening exercise ever. I first did it when I was, I think, 14 years old, and that was the day when I realized I don't understand 90% of English, because when a teacher speaks, when you watch someone, a non-native speaker talking, you're like, oh, okay, I understand what's going on. But then we listened to some British band that had a really, really strong accent. I was like, okay, I need to do more of these. So we made sure we included a lot of different songs that are trending right now. So you can not only learn what's in them, but also, sing along next time you're with your friends and show off that you actually know all the lyrics. And then of course we have grammar. We have reported speech, we have tenses explained in a table, we have adjectives, we have phrasal verbs, my favorite, when you have a verb but then you add a preposition and it changes the meaning. We have all the tables that help you learn them. And we also have exercises in the end. This is the first part. It's actually 142 pages. One thing to remember is that when you're buying this, you're getting a PDF version, which you can print out. I printed it out if you're in the US at Office Depot, or you can just use an iPad or a computer to access the digital version and use it in your everyday life. And another option is also to print out pages that you need specifically for some specific tasks. The link is in the description below. I hope you'll fall in love with it as much as I did. To scrap something. To scrap something means to decide not to use an idea or a plan because it's not useful. I scrapped my plans for this trip because I have to work. So I decided to not go on this trip because I have to work.
Anyway, the bad news is the entire program is probably going to be scrapped.
In slang, it also means a short fight. I got into a scrap with my best friend.
The boys got into another little scrap, I'm afraid. But boys will be boys.
And of course, scrap also means to literally throw away something or get rid of something, especially if you're talking about like old car parts. For example, they scrapped the car for metal.
Anybody object to us turning that ship into scrap?
A banger. A banger has different meanings. I'm not gonna go through all of them, but the one that I really like and the one that a lot of people use, if you hear a song that you really like, you're like, oh my god, bro, this song is a banger, which means it's such a good song, everybody's gonna love it. Or for example, if my creator friend sends me his new video and I love it a lot, I will tell him, oh my god, this video is a banger, in the meaning of it's gonna perform really well.
And man, I gotta tell you, bro, that song is a banger.
Another phrase that I heard during the conference, someone told my friend Venya, who's always super stylish, Venya, you came fitted. Fitted here means stylish, very well dressed. The next expression is to put someone on the spot. When you put someone on the spot, you ask them a question that is really hard to answer, or you put them in a situation that is difficult for them. So when someone asks you a difficult question like, When was your first kiss and you're with your husband? You can say, oh, you're putting me on the spot here. Like, it's kind of embarrassing. So this is one of the situations where you might use this expression.
Listen, I hate to put you on the spot, but I really must ask you to clear my name.
And the next one is kind of similar, to be in the hot seat. This means to be in a difficult position or trouble when something happens. For example, she was really in the hot seat today after her mother found out about all her lies.
You're in the hot seat, so I'll ask the question.
The next expression, to shut something or someone out. You can hear this expression in different songs. When someone shuts you out, means they're not sharing their emotions with you or they're not sharing activities with you. So for example, if I see that my friend is super upset and I feel something's going on, but when I ask him, he says, you know, everything is fine. He's basically shutting me out. Let's look at an example. Please don't shut me out. I know what you're feeling and I know I can help. By this phrase, I mean, please start sharing. I can help you.
Don't do this. Don't shut me out. Let me help you.
You can also prevent yourself from thinking or feeling about something by shutting something out. Those were dark days. I tried to shut them out from my memory. The next expression is super cool. I like it. To know the ABCs. So the ABCs of something is basic information about it. You shouldn't buy stocks without knowing the ABCs of investing. This means you shouldn't buy stocks without knowing the basics of investing.
Already knows his ABCs.
The next expression, very American, hands down the best. This restaurant is hands down the best sushi place in the city. This means that this place is easily the best without a doubt. Hands down the best. Hands down the best sushi place, hands down the best song, hands down the best English language YouTube channel, and so on.
Hands down the best game of the year.
To steal the show. At least we stole the show. Do you know the song?
At least we stole the show.
To steal the show means to become the main focus of attention. How was the music festival? Amazing! I especially love the band from the UK. They just stole the show, means they got all the attention, and now I want to listen to them all day long. To steal the show.
Your husband say, Georgia, don't steal the show.
To put a face to the name. This is a phrase that a lot of people started using recently, because a lot of communication is now happening online and we don't really see the person we're communicating with. And so the first time you actually see the person, it could be either on a Zoom call, in a video call, or you meet them in person. You can say, I can finally put a face to the name, which means that it's the first time you see the person after interacting with them online. So for example, if you're in a Zoom call, you can say, oh, it's so nice to finally put a face to the name.
Thank you for coming. And for letting me put a face to the name, Juliet.
Okay guys, that was it for me for today. I hope you enjoyed it. Please remember that this is spoken/conversational English. Not sure if it's a good idea to use these phrases in academic writing, but it's definitely a great idea to know them. Because the next time you're interacting with a native speaker or watching a TV show, and you hear these expressions, you're like, oh, linguamarina taught me that. Please don't forget to smash the like button and subscribe to this channel. See you very soon. Bye bye.